Go. We're here. We're alive. Right, my mouse is
Y'all
being
ready
a
for
bitch.
this?
Y'all ready for this? Oh, God.
Yo.
Right. Let's do this thing. Right. Hello,
You watched
everybody.
Ratatouille recently?
I haven't. Though I'm very tempted to. I was at my friend's house today, and he's just bought 2 rats out of nowhere. So
It is a good movie. And I think...
What movie?
Ratatouille?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that was a great movie.
I think that movie released on my birthday, if I remember properly.
Oh.
Which, that was my birthday gift, was to go see that movie. And God, that's a good movie.
It is a great movie. I think I watched that movie. I watched it, and the first thing I did was go downstairs and like try to make something in the kitchen, like food. It was terrible. I think I put.
Oh.
I was like, how old was I? I think I was like 9 years old. And like I'd never used a stove or anything, so I just like made a sandwich, and I just got one mushroom, and I just stuck it on the top of the bread, trying to make it look nice.
Well, it inspired you to try something new, did it not?
It did. I wish I hadn't. It wasn't very good.
Hey, well. Man. That's what good media does. It inspires people.
It does. It does. Right.
Sorry, I'm eating all up on the mic.
But anyway, we are streaming now. So, hello all.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Oh my God. Can you do that voice again?
Hey, guys. What is up?
More.
What? Are we still streaming?
Let me see.
We are still streaming. Video output low. What the hell does this mean? What the hell are you trying to say, YouTube? I will fight you. Anyway. Right, back to business.
Orphan says, have you seen Ratatouille?
Isn't that direct-to-video knockoff film?
Yes, the Video Brinquedo.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's that one. It's the one.
Of course.
I'll say I haven't seen it, but I've definitely seen
it.
Like a bunch of reviews of it, and it's like, I don't need to see this. It's probably up on YouTube, if I'm going to be honest.
You what, sorry? What did you say? I didn't hear what you said. I'm a little bit deaf at the moment. Hello? Oh God, they've left me. They're gone.
Hello?
Hello?
What's going on? I set up a link on my Twitter.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hello.
What's going on? There seems to be a bit of a lag.
There does seem to be that.
Hope it's all okay.
Apologies if there's lag. I don't know what to do about it.
Do you want to disconnect and reconnect? See, maybe that'll work.
Disconnect, reconnect? Give me 1 second.
Take all the time you need. Oh, shit.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello? How are you today?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Infidel.
Hello, boils and ghouls. How are you today?
I am your host, your ghost host.
Yes.
Are you the ghost host with the most?
I'm the ghost with the most, babe. Go ahead, make my millennium.
Jesus
Is that from
Christ.
something?
Yeah, it's from Beetlejuice.
Oh, you know what? I have not seen any Beetlejuice related things.
You've never seen Beetlejuice?
I have not.
Dude, you're missing out.
You are.
It's a classic.
I've heard good things. Like there's a reason it's around.
Yeah, it's very funny. It's it's very standard Tim Burton filmmaking.
Oh, Tim Burton. I did not realize. Okay, that makes so much sense.
Yes, and Michael Keaton plays Beetlejuice, and it also has Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin and Catherine O'Hara, and Winona Ryder when she was in her teens.
It's basically the most Tim Burton film ever.
I disagree. I think Nightmare Before Christmas is the most Tim Burton film, and he didn't even direct it.
Apart from Nightmare Before Christmas. And all the other ones.
Yeah.
It's the most Tim Burton apart from that.
Yeah, he came up with the story and the concepts, and he had like creative control over the production, but he couldn't direct it because he was busy with Batman Returns. So that title is reserved for Henry Selick, who would go on to direct James and the Giant Peach and Coraline, which is a super awesome movie, by the way.
I love Coraline. That was a good movie.
It's a good one.
Yes.
I watched it at the right time too, because like I saw it whenever I was like 2 or 3 years ago, which was I developed more of an affection for that type of like creepy gothic style, you know?
Right.
And so when I was watching, I was like, oh dude, I remember this movie came out in like what, 2006, 2007, something like that? 2009. Okay.
10 years ago. Holy shit.
Wow. But I remember seeing it and I wasn't too interested in it at that time. But then I saw it much later and it was like the perfect time for me to see it. And I'm like, oh my God, that movie is so good.
I mean, not only is the animation spectacular, but it's a great story. It's a great, gateway horror film for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very imaginative and creative, and the characters are likable, and
absolutely
the score is haunting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love the score of Coraline. It is actually beautiful.
Yeah, the chorus is mostly just nonsense words, and yet it adds this really creepy atmosphere.
It's like that, and it's just chills down the spine.
It is a good movie.
It is.
And it was only the beginning of Leica Entertainment.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did any of you see the new Leica film?
Missing Link.
Oh.
I haven't seen it, but I heard good things about it, and sadly, it hasn't made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Which is kind of becoming a growing problem with them, is that, they don't really market their movies very well, and
yeah.
But I keep hearing that they want to make 2D animated films, which would be so fucking amazing. But
oh my God, yes.
I've heard that as well.
Oh my God, yes, please.
I would.
It's even better since the CEO is an animator himself, and I think that's what all animated studios should have. Their executive staff should be made of either animators or someone knowledgeable about
the process. Yeah.
Because I feel like you create a very delicate balance between the business side of animation and the creative side of animation.
Yes.
Otherwise, all you get is just marketable stuff like Illumination.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Illumination, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, since John Lasseter is no longer in charge, I think they're going to start going back into making more original content and even maybe push their storytelling a bit more.
Yeah. Wait, was John Lasseter in charge of Illumination?
No. He was in charge of both Pixar and Disney Animation for the past 10 years.
I was very confused.
But after some very uncomfortable allegations, he stepped down, and now he's replaced with Pete Docter
Yeah.
and Jennifer, what's her face?
I will say, in regards to Illumination, I liked Sing.
Me too. In fact,
liked that movie.
I'm comfortable saying that Sing is the only great Illumination film, in my opinion. The others range from average to mediocre,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if not outright god-awful like the Lorax.
Hey guys, I just
Ooh.
realised something.
What's that?
What?
John Lasseter is the surprise Pixar villain that none of us wanted.
You figured it out.
Yes. You know, I was watching this video from this guy called Strafilla's Production, and he did an excellent commentary about the Disney twist villain trope, and he's like, Pixar had great twist villains like Lotso Bear, Mr. Waternoose, and John Lasseter.
Fantastic. Yes. Ooh. Right, what's going on in the chat?
Hi, Fox.
Oops.
Hey, chat.
Fire
Oh, yeah, let's
says
say hi
hello.
to some people.
Hello.
Oh no! Oh no! Not responding. No.
What's going on? Oh, please don't die.
Oh,
Are you
you're good.
dying? It's
Okay.
not dying. Please don't die. It's fine.
Foxy Fire says Illumination is the EA of animation. Yeah, you're not wrong.
You need microtransactions to see the finished.
Actually,
Top
that's
quality.
Activision.
I will stand by. I will stand by Sing as a film just because I love it and I love the music in it, and also Seth MacFarlane has a beautiful jazz singing voice. All right. And
Yes.
I also love the Porcupine song at the end. I think her name was Ash. I love her song at the end.
I've got to give Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, he needs a lot of credit for that because his voice is actually really great.
It's literally perfect for the genre.
Yeah. And have you guys seen Hellboy and Hellboy 2? Like the ones with who's the actor? The guy who plays Hellboy in like the early 2000 ones.
Oh, Ron Perlman?
That's the one. You know, in the second one, there's that robot, the German robot guy, made of gas.
Mm-hmm.
That was Seth MacFarlane.
No way.
No,
Oh, dude.
I was.
That's cool.
I couldn't believe it. But yeah, Seth MacFarlane is Johann Kraus. If I am saying that right. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. Oh well. That's just the way.
In regards to more animation stuff, I think I need to watch more Tim Burton. I always say that I need to watch more Tim Burton stuff because I don't think.
Okay. All right. So let me give you a list of Tim Burton films of what not to watch, because he's made some mediocre movies.
Yeah, it's a hit and miss kind of guy, right?
Yeah. So Alice in Wonderland is one of them. It's, in my opinion, his worst movie yet. I haven't seen Dumbo, but I heard it's pretty bad too. And there's also Dark Shadows, which
I didn't like that.
I mean, it's a very atmospheric movie, and he does a really great job of taking horror tropes and making it look interesting, but the movie as a whole is very mediocre. It's tonally confused. Like, at one point, it starts off like a romantic thriller, and then it turns into a comedy, then it turns into a horror film, and then to a parody. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Miss Peregrine's was okay. I remember liking it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Miss
Peregrine's. But it's very likely that you're probably not gonna remember it. And last but not least, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I remember enjoying Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, well, I used to enjoy it too, but then I watched it after a long time, and oh my god, it was the most awkward movie ever.
I can see what you mean with that. I feel like maybe that was what they were trying to do. Maybe with
Mhm.
Right?
Wonka's
Like
character,
like
they were
like
trying
I
to.
get it, but I just didn't care for the execution, and I didn't care that they made Willy Wonka into this awkward man-child character. Like I get what they're going for, but I just didn't like the execution of it.
I get you.
Mhm.
I get you.
But other than that, oh, and Mars Attacks. There's a chance you may like Mars Attacks because it's got that cheesy B movie vibe, but for me, it fails as a comedy because most of the jokes fall very flat.
Mhm.
It's it's like he's trying to make a movie like Airplane or Naked Gun where he's trying to parody the B movie genre by having all these A-list actors being caught up in this, alien invasion, but none of the characters are really that funny. There's not a lot of good jokes, and I don't know. I feel like with a different writer, it could have been really funny, but with that said, the aliens themselves are funny, and there's a lot of interesting invasion scenes, and the way the aliens get killed off at the end is actually pretty funny. But
Yeah, I
other
thought that
than
was a
that,
pretty of getting rid of them.
there's a very good chance you may get some enjoyment out of it, but I'm not gonna guarantee.
Right.
And
For just a second, I want to go back to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because I want to say I did quite like how they switched up the genre of the songs for the Oompa Loompas.
right.
That was an interesting choice, and I actually kind of liked some of them.
Yeah, I
In fact,
enjoyed
they
that.
actually,
Some of them.
in fact, they actually took the lyrics straight from the book.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
they?
like Danny Elfman basically just took the lyrics from the original Roald Dahl novel and added his own spin, rather than just having them go oompa loompa doopity doo.
Although I may contradict myself here, I will always and forever remember Oompa Loompa Doopity Doo more than I remember any of the other songs in the remake.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
mean it's iconic.
So,
What? What, you don't like the Family Guy rendition? Chumba lumba gobbledygoo, life isn't fair, it's sad but it's true. Chumba wumba gobbledygee, when your poor leg's as stiff as a tree.
What do you make
Chumbawamba
of this
is a
one
band.
called God? Something.
Are
You
you
think
talking
his
about the one
absence
from?
is slightly odd? I think Jesus Christ.
Oh, what about the one from Futurama where they go grunka lunka donkily ingredient? You should not ask about the secret ingredient. And at one point, the Willy Wonka character's like, "Oh, and look out for the grum guards, grunka lunka donkily gum guards." And Bender's like, "Shut the hell up!"
Futurama seems like a good show that I should have watched more of.
Yes, please. If you ever get the chance, sit down and watch Futurama. It is a comedy classic.
Oh, awesome.
I haven't watched much of the revival, but I hear it's just as good.
Oh wow.
I really enjoyed. Like, I don't think there is one Futurama episode that I didn't enjoy. Honestly,
Oh, that's a very
It's
I mean, I know like
it's
go
it's
on.
weird because it's from the creator of The Simpsons, and
mhm.
people like to talk about how modern Simpsons is very mediocre, and yet Futurama stayed very fresh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And let's see, God, my train of thought is leaving me, but
Well, that's
but
me.
sadly, I can't say the same for the show Disenchantment.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I wanted to like it, and there were a few highlights in there, but it really felt like a mix of mediocre Simpsons with the less funny aspects of Futurama.
Mhm.
And I mean, the idea is there. I like the fact that this princess is living in this trash heap of a town and a kingdom, and she's friends with this, horny elf and a demon, and they go on these adventures. But sadly, none of the episodes were funny.
Aw.
I mean, there's a few funny one-liners here and there, but I don't know. It felt like it could have been a lot better.
Yeah,
It didn't succeed at what it was trying to be.
Right.
yeah. I mean, I kind of liked the elf character, but apart from that, it did all just feel rather stale.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
I
to
mean,
me.
the only character I liked was the demon.
Yeah, he
like
was
the-
pretty fun.
I like the fact that he's constantly tempting people to do bad things. He's like, do it, do it.
And it's a fun one.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Do you think I was dead?
I'm listening. I haven't seen this show, so I can't weigh in.
right.
Yeah.
But with that said, when it comes to the Tim Burton movies, the ones that I definitely recommend are Pee-wee's usually his earlier films like Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Batman, Ed Wood is a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
In
think I've
case
seen
you
Ed Wood.
don't know, Ed Wood is about this guy of the same name. He was known as the worst director in the 50s because he made some really cheesy, bad B films like Plan 9 from Outer Space, which he's most known for. And Johnny Depp plays Ed Wood, and he's this eccentric dreamer who wants to make his own movies, but he's really bad at it. So he gets like this ragtag team of people to work on the film for him with as small of a budget as possible. And he even gets Bela Lugosi out of retirement to play in his movies. And Bella is this constant grump who swears like a sailor. And
Fantastic.
there's even a point in the movie where, in order to get funding for Plan 9 from Outer Space, they actually had to get baptized at a Baptist church in order to get funding from them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that actually did happen. Like, actually had to get baptized and join the church in order to get their, help. But even then, they were told, you can't use the title Grave Robbers from Outer Space because that sounds blasphemous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds like
and
they had a tough time.
but for anyone who's interested in filmmaking or loves filmmaking, I sincerely recommend this movie. It's very inspiring, it's funny, it's well acted and directed. It's, in my opinion, definitely Tim Burton's best movie.
Okay.
It doesn't even feel like a Tim Burton movie, even because it doesn't have Danny Elfman's score. It doesn't have any of the surreal imagery you would expect from him, but it still works as a film in general, and you can tell it's made from passion.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tim Burton himself is a fan of B movies.
I love when you can see, feel and experience, the passion that it went into making something. Even I think I even like that more whenever the end product isn't all that great, but you feel like you get the vibe that the crew had a lot of fun working on it. There was heart and soul put into it,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I'm totally into that kind of, just getting that kind of vibe from movies.
Yeah.
And of course, I recommend Batman, and Sleepy Hollow is another fun movie.
Oh, I love Sleepy Hollow.
It's not necessarily a great movie, but it's a fun popcorn movie. It's kind of like the Mummy movies from the 90s, where it's supposed to be kind of scary, but it's also kind of thrilling and has a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of fun twists they throw in there too, and it's a good movie to watch during the Halloween season, honestly, because it really feels like a genuine Halloween movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. I enjoyed Johnny Depp's performance in that film quite a bit. I
Oh
thought he
yeah.
I thought he gave the character a
S-
lot of, you know.
Now, Sweeney Todd is kind of a weird one for me because it's a good movie if you haven't seen the original Broadway musical, but if if anyone is if one is a fan of the Broadway musical, they're going to be very disappointed in how many songs get cut and embellishments they made, but if you try to ignore that, it's still a very solid movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, Sweeney Todd is a musical about this barber who gets sent away to prison and he comes back and he wants revenge for the judge that wronged him. So he works with this meat pie owner named Mrs. Lovett and they decide to make human meat pies and he starts killing people.
It's a fun family story.
Yes, fun for the whole family. If you love watching throats getting slit and gushes of blood and all kinds of crazy shit, it's
Yeah.
perfect family fun. I put it up there with Sound of Music and Mary Poppins.
Absolutely. It kind of scarred me for life watching Helena Bonham Carter being roasted alive, though.
Now, as for his other animated films that are not Nightmare, like Corpse Bride and Frankenweenie, honestly, they're kind of a mixed bag. Corpse Bride to me is the better of the two because, I like it's a very fun gothic fairy tale and it's
Yeah.
got one or two good songs, but I feel like the pacing is very rushed and there's some story decisions that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I get you. I'm with you on that, I reckon.
And also I think as good as the animation is, I feel like some of the characters could be a little more expressive,
That
especially the main,
like Victor.
especially the main character. I feel like I'm personally not a fan of how some stop motion movies, where instead of using replaceable lips for their lip sync, they actually have a little gear in their skulls that make their jaws move up and down.
I
And
think,
like make their I mean,
yeah,
it's a cool technology, but I don't know. I feel like it kind of takes away from the fragmented nature that I enjoy from stop motion.
yeah. I think they did that with it isn't a Tim Burton film, but they did that with Fantastic Mr. Fox, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. It really is one of my
Yes.
favorite Wes Anderson films.
Oh,
But
oh yeah. I think
but
it
you
works better there because the film is usually because most of the film is animated on twos and threes, and that still keeps that fragmented quality.
Yeah, a lot of the expression is in the movement, but I do say that, with the gears and everything, it does limit a lot of the facial expressions. Not so much on the
Yes.
animal characters, I don't think, but more so on the human ones.
Right.
Like,
Which is why, sadly, the one flaw that I get from Leica's films is while their animation is spectacular, I feel like they put so much effort into the in betweening and the details and secondary motions that it almost becomes indistinguishable from a 3D animated film. And as a result, you kind of lose that limited charm.
I will say, though, going back to what we were saying about, they wanted to do a 2D animated film. Um,
Hmm.
I would really love to see how that turns out because they do a lot of production 2D animation production tests for characters, and the shots they've come up with are absolutely fantastic. Like, I don't I have you guys seen any of them?
Yes, everything except for Missing Link.
Oh, that what the 2D animation tests. I'm saying.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I think it's cool that they do that, and they also do it for 3D films too, like the Disney movies, so that
Yeah,
they can give the animators an idea of how the character should move and emote. But
yeah.
the downside to that is that it gives you that feeling of what if? What if that movie was 2D animated? It would have been
Yeah.
just fine. Like I was looking at the test for Moana and Frozen, and in my opinion, I feel like the way the characters were drawn and animated are much better than their 3D counterparts.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it feels a lot more natural and genuine. Now, that's not to say that the 3D in those films were bad. In fact, the 3D animation in Moana is gorgeous, and
It is.
I think 3D animation has come very far lately in really capturing the 12 principles of animation to where it's almost becoming indistinguishable from 2D animation. But is it better? Not necessarily, but I have to give them props for actually pushing that craft to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, a good example is the Hotel Transylvania movies.
Ooh, Hotel Transylvania. Now, there's a series of movies that I probably should watch.
I will say this: the animation in those films are spectacular. They're very cartoony. It's they really stretch the models to the point where, you know, this is something that would have been impossible to do like 10 or 15 years ago. But they really managed to do that, and it gets better in each movie. The jokes are hit and miss, and the stories themselves are pretty generic. You know, they're kind of typical family comedy kind of stories. Okay. Like in the first film, you have Dracula who runs a hotel for monsters, and his daughter is about to turn 118 years old. Get it? And she wants to go out and see the world, but he won't let her because humans hate monsters. But then this human college student barges in out of nowhere, and he tries to hide him, and he dresses him up as a Frankenstein monster to blend in, and then he falls in love with, you know, Mavis, Dracula's daughter, and things get really complicated from here on out. It's that kind of movie.
Okay. And I mean, that sounds like at least a little bit of fun.
Oh, yeah. These movies are fun, and they're very creative, and they're also good movies to watch during Halloween for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And as far as Adam Sandler's, you know, humor goes, it's actually better than what he mostly does nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In fact, I would much rather watch the Hotel Transylvania films than something like Grown Ups or Jack and Jill or, you know, any of his other, you know, live action comedies, because I feel like those films suffer from trying way too hard to be funny and crude. But the Hotel Transylvania films, while they do have their share of crude humor and lowbrow jokes, they at least have some kind of charm that you don't see anywhere else in his
low
films.
Key, I kind of liked Grown Ups.
Oh, good for you.
You're allowed to like things.
Hey, just so you know, yeah, for all you people in the comments, you can like things. You can also hate things. It's totally fine. So don't take my word as gospel. I am not your movie Jesus, all right?
Okay.
Yeah. Now that would be cool.
What are your like guilty pleasure movies? Because I have a couple. I've already mentioned one, Grown Ups, but what are some of yours?
Oh, me?
Yeah, any of y'all.
Oh, gee. Batman and Robin.
All right.
I am well aware that it's a shitty movie, and it ruined the Batman series, and it stagnated the superhero genre for a while. But it is so over the top and crazy
the dinosaurs.
that you cannot help but. And you know, I love Mr. Freeze. I love his cheesy ice puns. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
That's pretty good.
All right, everyone, chill.
Oh my god.
You did a pretty good Schwarzenegger impression,
cool, bird boy.
Stop.
I got another one I got to bring up. I don't mean to cut you off, but another one I got to bring up that is a guilty pleasure of mine. And y'all are animators, so you're probably going to give me some shit for this, but I kind of like Shark Tale.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Listen, I know it's a shitty movie. Everyone that I've ever talked to about this is like, why do you like that movie? It's a shitty movie. I know. Okay, I don't watch it for the plot. I don't watch it for the animation.
You watch
like
it for the dated pop culture references.
Okay, one, I might be a sucker for that, but sure, yes. But also, I just like listening to Will Smith having a fun time playing Oscar. If you listen to that movie, he's having a hell of a time playing Oscar, and he's being silly and over the top, and I can't hate on that. It's fun to watch.
It's kind of like with Aladdin movie. You
I
can
feel
tell.
the same way.
You can
I feel
tell
the same way because I saw the Aladdin remake, which was a piece of shit, but Will Smith was having a ball as the genie.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he had a lot of fun with that.
He was taking what was essentially Robin Williams' character and made it his.
Yeah.
And even some of his singing was good. Of course, I feel like it's kind of ruined by auto-tuning. But still, you can tell that they were actually trying to make him an enjoyable character. Now, does that make up for the rest of the movie? Hell no, because I'm getting sick of these live-action remakes, and I'm sick of them being soulless cash grab.
Yeah.
Tarnishing the company's reputation. But moving on to guilty pleasures, my other guilty pleasure is Ferngully.
Okay.
Oh, I love Ferngully.
I think it's
mainly for Hexus.
I mean, I don't think this plot is necessarily strong, but I like the mythology. I like Batty. I like Hexus. He's a really cool villain. And and I think the animation for the most part is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And another one is the Page Master.
That's the one with Macaulay Culkin, isn't it?
Yes, it's the one where he goes to the library and he turns into an animated version of himself, and he meets these 3 talking books, and they go on this adventure to try to find the exit so that he can go back to his family. The plot itself doesn't make any sense because he's this total statistics nerd who's literally afraid of everything. Like, he's even afraid of climbing in his new treehouse because 90% of accidents involve tree houses. And he goes to he gets lost in the library, and he meets a very creepy Christopher Lloyd who kind of acts like a child molester because he's like, "You need a fantasy and adventure," and he's like grabbing on him and getting close to him while saying it. It's very uncomfortable.
Which one's Christopher Lloyd? I know him. I know that name. Where's he from? Christopher Lloyd.
Oh god.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Oh, of course, that's right. I knew that name. But yeah, I think one of my
I get that they were trying to make him into this eccentric, magical old man character that, ushers his hero's journey, but it still reads as very creepy.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as he goes to the animated world, it becomes a little more interesting because he's essentially reliving a lot of classic books. Like, he goes to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde's mansion. He goes to the ocean and sees Moby Dick and Captain Ahab. And he runs into Long John Silver from Treasure Island. And honestly, after that, they don't really reenact too many other characters. Like, when they go to Fantasyland, it's just relegated to a cheesy 90s pop song montage. And then when he fights the dragon himself is cool, but he kind of moves very laggy and slow. And even the moral is kind of weird because, the whole message is about him trying to face his fears, and there's even an underlying message that you should read more books and books will inspire you. But remember when I said that he's obsessed with statistics? Where do you think he got those statistics?
Exactly. I mean, there wasn't really any internet back then, so where else is he going to get those things?
Yeah,
books. So I feel like the message is kind of confused. Like, maybe if the boy, is a total anti-bookworm, and he's more interested in video games and television, and then he has to go on this magical journey to appreciate literature and reading and education. I feel like that would have made the message a lot more stronger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually spoke with one of the former anime.
Oh, really?
Yes, and he told me that it went through a lot of story changes, and there were a few scenes that they cut at the last minute. Like there was a scene where they run into Frankenstein's monster,
All right.
and you can even see a snippet of it in one of the trailers. And there, and he also said that Macaulay Culkin was a piece of shit to work with.
Yeah.
He was, he was already becoming a very popular child star thanks to the Home Alone movies, and
Right.
he was constantly being catered and acting like a total smart aleck to the rest of the actors. Even Christopher Lloyd hated working with him.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, I don't blame him because even in the movie, he kind of has this self-aware attitude that, like, yeah, I'm Macaulay Culkin. I'm the best fucking actor in the business. What you gonna do about it?
To be fair, though, when you're a kid and you're given that much like notoriety and like superstardom, like what can you really expect, right?
Yeah.
True, and there was also a reason that Macaulay kind of vanished off the face of the earth for more than a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's back in the limelight, but it's kind of a testament to how nepotism and child stardom is very toxic,
Right.
especially with Disney Channel actors and pop stars.
Here's the thing, though. He has popped up again recently on various like YouTube channels on the internet. Like he collaborated with AVGN recently. He's been working with
Yes.
like Red Letter Media and a couple stuff. And I don't know. He seems like he's really mellowed out and like dialed it back a bit. And he's like a chill dude now.
I hear he's
Yeah.
supposed to be playing the Joker in the new Batman series, like
Oh, really?
the new movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
which one?
the one with Robert Pattinson as Batman, and
No.
I think it might just be
Really?
a rumor, but I know that oh, what's his name? Who's the guy that plays Gollum? Andy
Oh, Andy
Serkis.
Serkis?
He's Penguin. I think he's going to be Penguin,
Ooh.
and I think
Where are you getting this information?
the internet. God. Well, none of it is like officially on IMDb yet because like obviously the movie isn't really that far into production or anything. And I think because I've definitely seen it on these sites. I don't know. So if anyone in the chat, if anyone's listening,
Someone in chat says, Austin Kalista says, my guilty pleasure movie is An American Tail, Fievel Goes West.
Yes, that is a great movie. For me, it's not even a guilty pleasure. I genuinely feel it's superior to the first movie because not only is the animation gorgeous, I feel like the humor is top notch, the score is amazing, and I like how even though it kind of repeats the plot of the first movie, it only gets done with in the second act, and they jump into something else in the third act, and it's mostly Tiger's movie. And I think the villain is a lot more interesting, and that song that Tanya sings before the saloon was very beautiful. Oh yeah, the live action Grinch is a fun movie too. It's not necessarily a great movie, but it is very entertaining.
that's one of my favorite Dr. Seuss live action films. I've got to be honest. That and Cat in the
I'd
Hat.
have to say, yeah, definitely Grinch. I could totally. I haven't watched it in years, but I've seen like little clips here and there. But it just seems like Jim Carrey's having a hell of a time playing the Grinch.
Involved with something, he's always putting in 10% into it.
I mean,
even with the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, you can tell that if all else fails, the one thing that people are going to remember is Jim Carrey as Robotnik because he's
Absolutely.
obviously, just hamming it.
Yeah. I think my favourite line from The Grinch is when I think the girl, her name's Cindy, and she comes down to see him. I think, and he's threatening her, and she goes, I'm.
Ed,
Hello? Hello? Yeah?
you're breaking up.
Am I? Right, okay. One sec. I'll be back now. Just see if I should disconnect. 1, 2, 3.
Angel Dust is taking over the stream while it's gone. All right, now remember, when Ed gets back, don't tell him that I.
Not so fast, Angel. I'm taking the show. Being a radio aficionado myself, I feel like I'm entitled to hosting this stream.
No, no. You're not a. You have a face for radio, okay? I got a face for camera, and an ass for it, and a dick for it.
You.
I think you need to. Hey, what the fuck, dude?
Should have seen that coming.
Is it, get here, motherfucker? They start fighting.
I'll teach you the meaning of pain.
And in scene before things get too violent. This is a family-friendly.
Fuck you.
Yeah, dude. Where Angel Dust will show his dick on camera. Completely.
You kids play nice now.
Yes, Mom.
Mother. Yes, mother. Oh, okay, everything's gone quiet. What's going on? Is my connection fucked? Is it good?
I hear you.
You hear me? I hear you.
I
don't hear shit.
Fox says this stream is now. Foxes are cool. They're fluff.
Yes, they're basically dogs and cats mixed together.
They're cat software running on dog hardware.
Yeah.
I want to pet a fox.
Me too. I want one to nibble on my hands and not get raped. At first, I didn't think of foxes too much, but as soon as I started watching people owning domesticated foxes, I just started falling in love with them.
Yeah.
Because I know that foxes are still technically wild animals and that they are a handful to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is they're
like they're literally impossible to keep because of the fact that they are feral and they still have those predatory instincts. And they're also known to steal things. So I've heard of people who lose their keys and wallets because of them.
Oh,
I better keep my OC protected.
Yeah, they are.
It's my OC, please do not steal. Everything's quiet again. I'm very paranoid that people keep on getting disconnected.
Oh no.
What is going on? Is this my connection?
Like we hear, but
everything's disconnecting.
There's some
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna disconnect again.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hi, Ed. Welcome back.
Mine's over.
I've returned. Right. Time.
So I don't know I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I definitely just ordered my Angel and Owl plushies yesterday.
Nice.
Pre-ordered, rather.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
While to get ready, aren't they?
I totally needed them in my life,
Oh yes.
and my wallet is desperately begging me to stop. But it's okay because I can snuggle Angel Dust and make it all better.
Of course. And that's what it's all about.
And
really.
Alistair too, but I feel like Angel Dust would appreciate Snuggles just a little bit more than Al does.
Yeah. Well, my one of my shirts just came through now for this from the summer sale, along with a husk pin.
Oh, that's great.
I know. I'm pretty happy about that.
Candy
Quite
Lover 12, this is your boy here to see more beautiful Angel.
well,
Oh.
you've come to the right place.
You're so sweet. I mean, let's be real here. I am the star of the show. I mean, Ed's like the co-pilot, you know?
I make sure the place doesn't fall apart. I do a bad job.
Ed's here to make me look good. Refusing.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, you know.
Hello again.
What the fuck is going on with this fucking thing?
Oh no, I'm so
It's okay. Oh, this is upsetting. I wish things would just go smoothly.
I'm so
Oh, this is upsetting. 1 second. Oh, God. That might do something.
something drastic.
Yes, something drastic. Give it a minute.
Desperate times call for desperate measure.
Yes, they do. I think we're all fucked.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Oh no. Well, it was great. I appreciate talking with you. No, I mean I do, but
Oh.
You
What
gonna
is
be
going
okay,
on?
buddy?
It's just I can't hear anything.
Oh, no. Ed, I'm so sorry.
You didn't mean it. Oh,
I just want to talk to you, Ed.
I just
Please.
want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Don't walk away from me, Ed. I need you. I know I treat you like just the co-pilot of the stream, but really, I couldn't live without you. Literally. If you didn't exist, then I couldn't exist because you have to like draw me, and only then will I exist.
Well,
Please.
thank you for acknowledging that.
I need you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Come give me a hug, Ed.
I'm
Put
coming.
your face in my floof.
Oh,
Please?
no.
It's therapeutic.
I.
It smells like strawberries.
Well, that's inviting. Thank you very much.
Look, I even made it extra floofy for you.
Ooh, woo. What's this?
oh man.
I think I'm just going to colour these lines in just to make it look as if I've actually done something.
Sure.
That's the noise of me colouring the lines in case you were worried.
Confirmed Angel is the evil bear from Toy Story because he smells like strawberries.
Oh no. That's bringing up so many upsetting memories from that film.
Oh no, upset. Oh no, what well, I was gonna ask what's going on if you're comfortable talking about it.
Oh no, it's just Toy Story 3. It makes me cry.
Oh dude, oh that gave me that movie put me on a feels trip, dude.
Yep. For me, the one emotional clincher was when they're about to be incinerated and they all hold hands together.
Oh yeah.
See,
Absolutely.
I hear a lot of people saying that that's the case, and that is totally valid, and I can get behind that. But for me, it was when Andy was giving all the toys to Bonnie, right? Because like for me, it was, all right, here's this one toy. This is what they're about. Like, here's Mr. Potato Head. He's kind of grouchy, you know, whatever. And then it's like, okay, that's all of them, right? And then they pull out another one. This is Mrs. Potato Head. It's like, fuck, don't make me cry, Toy Story 3. Right, and then he gives them Mrs. Potato Head, and this is Rex. He's kind of a nervous wreck, like, you know?
Right. And then when he shows Buzz Lightyear, he plays it, and the audio is very aged.
Oh God!
I guess you can say it was buzzy.
Oh, good one.
Bo!
And then when he hands out Woody, she's like, "My cowboy doll," and he's like very hesitant to give it away.
Yeah.
And then after he plays with her, he leaves, and he's like, "Thanks, guys."
Oh.
You know, that should have been it. That should have been the ending.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Toy Story 4 as like a little standalone filler movie, but it wasn't needed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Finding Dory where you can. At first you think it's totally unnecessary because Finding Nemo is this solid standalone film, but honestly, Finding Dory is a very well put together movie, and it's a very emotional journey, and it's very obvious that this is a necessary story.
Yeah. So many feels.
But with this, it's like, it was cute.
We need to stop talking about Toy Story before I cry.
All right, let's move.
All right.
Let's move past it.
All right. Let's see.
I need to see Finding Dory again, dude. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. I need to watch it.
It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. I won't keep going unless you want me to.
What's that song from?
You do you.
It is. The song is called "It's Been a While" and it's by Stain. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people think it's the soundtrack to every emo song in existence. It's like you wanna know like the most emo new metal song. That's the one. But I genuinely enjoy it, and I'm like, man, fuck the haters. I'm gonna listen to that song and I'm going to feel sad because it is a sad song and it's a good one.
You do you, boy.
Personally, I think as a person who produces music, it's important to be open and receptive to different genres and what they have to offer, rather than like, obviously we have our favorites, you know, we all like our favorite genres, of course, but don't shut out an entire genre completely because there's a lot of good music out there. And I think it was Madeon, EDM artist Madeon, that said,
"Oh, he's fantastic."
Love Madeon. I think it was him that said, if someone doesn't enjoy a genre of music, It's not the music they don't enjoy. It's just they don't understand the context in which it's meant to be appreciated. And I think that is so true. And I think he put it into words. And I'm like, that's literally it. That needs to, that's
Yeah.
he's right. He's just right.
I think one of his albums. Oh, what's his album called? I've got it right here. I'm gonna find the name of it.
Let's Be Friends or no?
No, it's This is Marion. What's it called?
I can look it up if you gotta. I got Spotify here.
I can't remember it, but yeah, a lot of his songs actually inspired me to create one of my characters.
Oh man. Oh, that's
Like,
really cool.
Yeah, one of like the whole soundtrack is just inspired. I think you've seen.
Who is this?
Hey,
Who is this again?
Madeon, Madeon. His most recent album is Adventure. Put out a few singles since then, All My Friends and Dream, Dream, Dream.
I loved All My Friends. That was a great one.
I love All My Friends too. Appreciate you.
I think I need a bit of getting used to for Dream, Dream, Dream. There was, but I really loved All My Friends.
Thank you.
Let's see. What if Angel Dust is a lady? Well, thankfully, Angel Dust is a drag queen. So if you wanted to imagine Angel Dust as a lady, there you go. That's pretty darn close. It's as close as it's gonna get canonically. Texas Lone Star enjoys Linkin Park. Linkin Park's got some good stuff.
They do.
I know for a while they were kind of like the meme. Like the meme was, "Oh, Linkin Park is so emo, whatever." Well, I like their stuff. I like some of their stuff.
It's pretty cool. I also like Porter Robinson.
Yes, very, very talented.
Yes. Did he do Sad Machine? Was that his?
Porter Robinson. Yes, that was him.
That is what I love. That makes me feel all the feels.
Yeah, dude, Porter Robinson is one of those EDM artists who I think. How do I want to? I need to put this delicately. Despite its nature, electronic dance music is typically a genre that you can't feel a lot of emotions, or you can't feel a lot of emotions. That's not what I mean. It feels like very corporate, and like a lot of these producers can be very interchangeable.
Yeah.
But Porter Robinson is one guy who doesn't feel like he'd be able to be replaced.
Yeah. Like
along
yeah.
with Madeon.
Yeah, them too. Like that's the thing. Like I always into like whenever I hear like Madeon or Porter Robinson, I still like I know it's their own thing, but I still kind of get vibes from one another. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They're very intertwined with their music, which is I think what I like about them as well.
Did you know Madeon did a song with Ellie Goulding?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's off her Halcyon Days album from 2013. Stay Awake is what it's called. It's like a drum and bass type of tune.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, dude.
Link it to me.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Also, my favorite Maddie. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, could you link it to me? The song.
My favorite Madeon song is probably The City. That one's a classic.
Oh. Unless
Tell me you've heard that
I'm
one.
thinking of another one, I don't know whether I've heard that one.
Ooh.
The
I
Sith.
can't wait to show you.
You better.
I'm going to send you a link to it just in case,
Thank you.
because it is a banger. And also, Madion is responsible for one of my favorite remixes of all time.
Which one?
He did a remix of a song by Martin Solveig, The Night Out,
All right.
Madion remix. Screw it. I'm going to send you that one too.
Send all of them. What's the one you
You're
did?
going to get a face full of Madion.
That's fine. Was it him or Porter Robinson that did the pop culture remix or whatever it was?
That was Madion, yeah.
Okay, I was right there. And I love that. I really do.
Oh,
It's one of my favourites. Just all the
It's-
mixes.
I've always had an affection for like mashups. That's what got me into music producing, was making mashups of different songs that had similar elements.
Yeah.
And pop culture is that, but like to the point where it's its own thing. It's not even like a mashup anymore because it's so many things that it's its own thing now.
Yeah. I'll get ya. Let's see. You've sent these to me now.
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look.
Dream copyrights.
Beautiful, beautiful.
They're both amazing.
I'm very excited.
Charles, if you'd like, I can send them to you as well.
Sure.
Okay. Yay!
I love sharing music. It's one of, it's so good. Music is the best thing, guys. I love you. Okay, that's the end. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to listening to these. I shall tell you what I think.
You should. They're good. What are some of your favorite songs at the moment? I know we got Texas Lone Star in the chat saying Bullet for My Valentine, Tears Don't Fall. Okay. Five Finger Death Punch is Remember Everything. Very sad song. So you seem like a metal type of guy.
I think one of my favorite songs is The Middle by DJ Snake.
Ooh.
Have you heard that?
Okay. I'm sure I have.
I'm gonna put that in the chat now. But yeah, I love listening to that. I think whenever I go away, like go abroad and I'm on a plane, I make like a playlist and that's always on my playlist. It just, I don't know why, it just always gets me in the mood for just, you
Nice. And it,
know,
I'm
holidays.
going to give it a
and
listen right
everything.
now. Oh, yeah.
But there we go.
Oh, I like it. I can get down with it.
To it now. Have you got it on you now, listening?
Yes. Sorry.
It is a banger.
EDM can be such a good genre.
Oh yes.
Personally, I think, how do I want to say this? I like that there's so much of it. There's so much EDM and it's constantly evolving, like what's the hot new sound, and you know, there's a lot of good stuff that comes out of it. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of its corporatization
Yeah.
has really not hindered. It limits the kind of things that people do with it when it has the potential to do so much more.
Okay.
Like, for instance, the genre future bass. Are y'all familiar with that genre by chance?
No.
I think so. I probably heard it.
It's a good genre. It perfectly fits in the EDM umbrella, but I feel like there isn't a lot that's being done with the sound that is really new, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it's very rare that I'll hear, it's not very rare, but when it comes to mainstream EDM releases, like your David Guetta, your Afrojack, your all those big names, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get a whole lot of songs that really challenge the, I guess, mainstream isms of the genre. Like, you're not going to get a song from Afrojack that's going to, I don't mean to throw Afrojack under the bus. I like his stuff, but stuff like that isn't. Oh, what the fuck am I trying to say?
That's all right. Take your time. Take your time. I know what you mean.
He's more about releasing club bangers that get radio play and club play and all that than he is about creating a world or telling a story or doing something interesting with the sound other than making you want to dance, which it's in the name, electronic dance music, totally valid, totally fair to want to make people do that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying there's more to be explored there. And I think a lot of that potential isn't being tapped into, at least not by mainstream artists.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
We got there in the end.
It took me a while, but yes.
That's all right. But yeah, okay. I can get behind what you're saying. Definitely, yeah. I get you.
If you'd like, I can.
What else is
I
good?
can show you an example of what I mean.
Go on. What about the people in the chat? I know a few people have been responding. So, we got...
After the stream, I mean.
That's alright. Five Finger Death Punches, Remember Everything. It's a very sad song. Right, someone look that up. I need to listen to these. Bullet for My Valentine's. Tears Don't Fall. Bismarck by Sabaton. What about Past Bass? I think that's a question for you, Wiley.
Fast bass, that he's just making a silly joke.
Oh.
Fast bass is not a genre. You silly fox.
You idiot.
What favorite rappers do you like? There's a question. What do you guys think?
Will Smith.
Are you
MC
about the
Hammer.
Wild West?
I'm more of a Miami kind of guy.
All right.
Party in the city where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami. Welcome to Miami.
For rappers, who do I like a lot? I like NF. He seems very mentally unstable, but god damn, his music is fantastic.
Which at the end of the day is what it's all about.
I just hope the dude ends up all right. I worry for him.
What's up with him? I don't really know, like, what's wrong?
Without going too much into it, a lot of his songs are about how he's mentally unstable, and I feel for him through it, and it's like, holy shit, is he gonna be okay? Please let him be okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I also like Tech Nine quite a bit. That dude is always on his grind. He's putting out albums like almost every year since like 2000, I think. At least one. That dude is, his work ethic is insane.
I'm not really like what's the word? I haven't really like got a favorite rapper. I don't think.
Okay.
I'm just one of those people who just listens to whatever the hell's on the radio.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
fine.
really need to get into some new music. I think. Which I
What was the name of that? Hey, what was the name of that genre you mentioned earlier? Future something?
Future bass.
Future bass? Is this like a
Yeah.
new upcoming genre that's coming around, or?
It's been around. I think it's more popular now. But yeah, it's been bubbling under for a while, and
All right, I'll give that a shot.
I can show you one of my personal favorite future bass songs. Like it
Sure.
is what am I trying to say? It perfectly encompasses the genre, and it's also a good example of that type of sound that you can expect from the genre.
Right.
I'll be your DJ for tonight. I hope y'all don't mind.
Don't mind.
No problem.
It's annoying that YouTube is shit with copyright claims. So
Of course.
I really want to listen to some of the music that we're talking about.
If this was Picarto, we could.
Yeah, god damn it, YouTube. Why can't it be like Picasso? I think the one thing I'm not a fan of, like with Picasso, unless I'm wrong, which I probably am because I normally am, is that you can't really like save the streams.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't want to sound like as if I'm full of myself or anything, but I always like to have, or like if there's someone I'm following and I miss a part of their stream, I just feel a bit down that, I'm never really gonna get that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and relive some of those moments.
Yeah. Which I suppose is kind of why I'm kind of glad that like with Ashley's streams, she's they've recently done like the best bit compilations, which I'm quite a fan of right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh well, that's just how it is right now. Hey ho. My back hurts. Anyway. Ugh. I just want to get this head done now. I am not even halfway through, I don't think. I'll get there. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta believe in yourself.
You just gotta believe it. Right. One second.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What's up? What's up?
Have you guys? I was thinking about this the other day, talking with someone else. Have you guys ever had a really surreal experience that is also totally mundane?
I don't know. Let's start with you, Ed.
Oh, I know I have, but also I can't really. I know I've had loads, but I can't really pinpoint one at the moment properly. I suppose.
If you'd like, I can tell you mine and see if that sparks any
Yeah, I think that'd be
memories.
best.
All
Sure.
right. So this happened this weekend when I was going to get dinner. I went to a Subway to go get a sandwich for dinner. I'm like, I don't want to make anything. Whatever. I'll just go to Subway, pick up something quick. So I went there and I went to stand in line behind the people who are in front of me, whatever. I'm just on my phone, not super paying attention. And from behind the counter, I hear the lady say to me, "I'm sorry, sir, but we're out of bread." And I look up, lo and behold, the thing where they usually stock the bread is totally empty. There's just no bread in the Subway.
Okay.
And that was a really weird experience for me. One, because the obvious, you're a sandwich shop. How the fuck do you run out of bread? But at the same time, they got to get the bread from somewhere. Maybe they delivery company missed a shipment or whatever. And I started analyzing like how weird it was, because if you run out of any other ingredient in a sandwich shop, you can still make a good sandwich. You run out of all your cheese, whatever. You don't have cheese on your sandwich, but you can still have a good meat and veggie sandwich. You run out of meat, you can still have a good veggie and cheese sandwich. But you run out of bread, then the whole system falls apart, you know? You don't have bread, you don't have a sandwich. That's you can have all the other ingredients, but then it's not a sandwich anymore. It's a bunch of ingredients thrown together. And so I wasn't mad or anything. I was just it was the most bizarre, mundane experience that I've ever had, and I appreciate that drawing that I just now looked up and saw.
Okay, so my experience was a long time ago. I was shopping at Walmart one night, and I was going through the checkout, and this very sketchy looking dude was scanning my items, and he looks at my popcorn and other stuff I bought, and he's like, "Be careful eating that, you'll get indigestion." I'm like, okay. That's a very weird thing to say to a customer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, is that, what do you care if I eat this?
And you pay for it, so I suppose that's all he needs to worry about.
Another thing that happened was I was working at Party City a couple of years ago, and I was helping out this lady look for some masks, and I picked her out this masquerade mask to put over her face, and she was like this really old looking lady, and she, you know, had this blonde hair, and I helped her put it on because, you know, she's super old. And she's like, "Oh, I don't want it anymore. Take it off." And I try to take it off, and I suddenly accidentally take off her wig.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It was.
Dear.
It was like, oh my god! I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, and I was laughing, and she's like, "Oh, it's all right."
Okay, at least she was kind about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what I would
but
have
that
done if
was.
that was me.
I feel sorry for her.
Oh. I think watching a man in McDonald's, like behind the counter, bash a burger patty against the bin to get some lettuce off it was pretty surreal.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, because, like, you know, you always hear about, you know, McDonald's employees doing shit like that, and then this guy's just full on bashing this patty. I don't think he was wearing gloves either. He just took it out of a bun and just started slapping it inside a bin. Then put it back in the bun and put it on a plate on it, and got it ready to order. I'm just glad it wasn't mine.
Goodness.
Also, there was a toenail in some of my fries from KFC once.
Jesus.
No.
It was
Oh,
a
no.
yellow smelly toenail. Just in there.
Ah, that's no. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Number 15, KFC toenail chicken.
Jesus. Toenail chicken.
The last thing you want in your KFC chicken is someone's toenails. But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Oh, where's that guy from?
It's chills. He
I
does
know, but,
narrations for like top 15 and like creepy
that's
like
right, but I
videos. Like,
don't think I've ever heard anyone talk like that before.
yeah, he's definitely got a distinct voice. I mean, you can say that about him.
If I saw that creature, I would smash its brains out or something like that. It's just this very clearly fake CG monster running across the floor. Just, if I ever saw that thing in my room, I would run for the hills.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's like it's one thing where I like the content. But his voice. Oh my god! I swear he has to do it for the memes now.
I think he
There's
does.
no way he doesn't know about like the criticisms that people have told him. But why would he change anything? He's already massively successful doing voiceovers for YouTube channels.
Yes.
And this is chill.
Yeah,
Is it chills with a Z or S?
S.
Okay. All right, I'll look him up later.
KFC. More like goddamn shit fuck.
Oh, FC. Okay, that's what that was meant to say. My bad.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. What else is really terrible? I went into McDonald's the other day and the whole place just stank of baby puke.
Oh god.
And no one seemed to be
Oh.
doing anything about it. Like there were about 70
That's the
people
worst.
their food. The whole thing just stank of very fresh vomit, and no one seemed to be fazed by it. And I don't know why.
Horrible. I remember a similar experience where I walked into a local taco place, and just immediately when you walked in, it smelled like shit.
Oh,
Literal shit.
That's unfortunate.
And like, I was like, "Am I crazy? Does anyone else smell straight up like raw sewage, like poop? Like just straight up feces?"
Oh.
Thankfully, we ate in the back corner where the smell wasn't reaching.
Oh,
Yet.
Thank goodness for that, eh?
And I talked to them eventually, and they were like, "Yeah, there's been an incident in the bathroom," and it's like, "Oh dear."
Speaking of which, I'm never going to Burger King again.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you have horror stories?
Oh no, it's just it may have just been a one-off, but I remember going to this Burger King a few months back. You know, I just thought, oh, I haven't had one in a while, I might as well. So I had my food. There was no problems, and then you know, I just needed to go pee, and I went in there, and like it was just disgusting in there. I don't know how to describe. I don't think I should describe it just because of how horrible it was. I don't think people on the chat would appreciate it. But yeah, it was very obvious that none of the staff had gone up there to inspect at all that day. It's not very pleasant. Also, be careful
doesn't
drinking.
sound pleasant.
Yeah, be careful drinking from cans. That's another thing.
Oh,
Are you drinking from a can right now?
well, I was earlier.
Oh no, it's probably nothing, but my dad was telling me about this job he did, and at this like food place, and they all gave them like free like Coca-Cola in like cans and stuff, and he drank
Mhm.
his, and he thought, this tastes a bit funny, and then they went round the back, and they had all the crates full of all these cans, like just being delivered, and there were just all these street cats like just around the area just peeing just on the
Oh,
cans, and
oh no.
yeah, that's something. So
Number 15. Cat piss soda cans.
oh god.
The last thing you'd want in your Coca-Cola can is a cat's piss.
Correct.
But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Oh my god.
I love doing that voice, not gonna lie.
Yeah. One sec.
Yeah. Alright, listen up, motherfuckers. Angel Dust is gonna learn you a lesson. So, lesson number 1. Don't drink from soda cans, otherwise you might get cat piss. Lesson number 2. Watch out for toenails in your KFC. Lesson number 3. Watch out for foot lettuce in your Burger King. And also watch out for the bathrooms at Burger King. Now, what have we learned today? Fast food is very bad for you.
I've returned.
Welcome back. You just missed my my lesson that I had for the class.
Oh yeah? What have you been teaching them?
Just fast food is real bad for them. You know,
Oh.
you might get toenails in your chicken.
Oh
Or
yeah,
you
that's
might get
always
piss in your soda.
yummy.
I'm sorry if I keep cutting you off. I swear it's there's some kind of lag.
It's okay. It's okay. Just don't do it again, or we might have a problem. I'm not joking. I will hurt you. I won't.
Oh.
Ow, my leg. Angel dust. More like
Yes.
angel dust. More like shit. Got him.
I suggest you choose your next words very carefully.
Piss. Bollocks and shit. Dust.
Ed,
Got you.
after all we've been through,
I'm sorry. It had to be said.
when you start talking shit on me like that, throwing me under the bus,
I'm sorry.
I trusted you, Ed.
I've come to regret my decision to throw you under the bus. I do apologize. Hey. Oh dear.
You know, you said some real hurtful things. You know?
That's just life for you. Looks like we've just been introduced to, hold on a minute, where did it go? Ah, there it is. This man.
I don't want you to stuff your face in my floof ever again.
Oh, don't be like that. Please don't be like that.
You know, we had so many good times with you facing my floof. You know, you come to me with your problems, and I'd be like, "Hey, it's okay. Let it all out. Just put your face in my floof, and it'll all be better." And then you did, and you walked off, and everything was okay. If I'd have known this was what it would amount to, then I don't think I would have done it.
Oh, don't be like that.
I think we may need to spend some time apart. I need to think some things through.
No.
This isn't the end, but I don't know if we'll ever begin again.
Please, I didn't mean it.
And that's the way the ball bounces.
Yeah.
Texas Lone Star says, Angel Dust, what if you're a lady?
If I was a lady, I wouldn't have to use my floof to make boobs. I just have boobs. That'd be real nice.
I suppose it will. Right, let's have a playthrough. Oh shit, I was gonna press Control Enter, and I'm not supposed to do that. If I had done that, you would have heard the audio. And if that happened, I'm fired.
Oh, don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself fired.
What do you think he's saying? What do you think Mr. Dust is saying? Ooh,
I'm saying,
What would he be saying? Oh, well, are they? Is the rest of the team gonna see all these extra drawings you made?
Oh yes. Oh my god, I just got a glimpse of that one. I forgot about that. I forgot about Ben and Jerry. Oh no. Where are they? Oh no.
You
Oh,
should
no.
okay. As like an April Fool's joke, you should take all these characters that you've drawn on these like extra like off the grid panels or whatever and make like an April Fool's like animation out of all of them.
Oh, I will. Oh,
If you do that, hit me up.
I will.
I'll voice one of them. For free. Entirely for free.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about that.
How's progress coming along for it?
What, Ben and Jerry's? Let's have a look. Okay, I've done this bit. Ha. Ha. You thought you could fool me? You idiots. That's what he says. Not really.
Oh, okay.
It's not really what he says. He's like, haha, you think you got better tits than me? You're wrong.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah. You're wrong. Right. I think I'm gonna leave it there for a bit.
All right.
I'm a wee bit tired.
Sounds good, man.
I think I'm gonna... Ooh. And I... Oop. That's not supposed to be there. Get out of here! Okay.
get out of here.
Get Get out of here.
With that bullshit.
Alright then, guys. I think that'll be it for now. Thank
Never
you for
forget.
tuning in.
Angel Dust has the best tits of
It does.
anyone in the show.
And I think that that's one thing we can all take away from this.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
And watch out for toenails in your KFC.
And
Yeah.
cat piss.
And cat piss, yeah.
I will say, however, that toenails go very
In
good
angel's
with the
tits.
KFC gravy.
Oh.
Just a
Ed,
little.
are you okay?
No.
Are
Goodbye.
you-
Goodbye.
This isn't over, Ed. I still need a break.
Goodbye.